Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Business Clinic series by Meydan Free Zone. Today's session is focused on commerce, exploring the key building blocks of a successful commerce business, from building an online presence and reaching customers to enabling seamless payments and establishing the right banking infrastructure for growth. As a house rule, please switch off or silence your phones. Thank you. I would like to invite our esteemed speakers to the stage. Joining us today are distinguished leaders from across the commerce ecosystem. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Dina Awad from GWC. Thank you so much for coming. Mr. JJ Nubi from Stripe. Thanks. Mr. Osman Khawaja from Mashriq. Thank you so much for joining us today. To begin, I would like to invite each of our speakers to briefly introduce themselves and tell us a little about their role and organizations. The mics are available, please. Just a bit of long press.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like first to thank you and thank Meydan management for arranging this event so we can just all gather and discuss creative ideas. So my name is Dina Awad and I'm the General Manager of Gulf Warehousing, GWC company. And our company is actually, we have a partnership with Meydan just to support all the investors just to do the part of operations and logistics from the time of importing, clearance, and then pick, pack, and delivery, last mile delivery. So it's like logistically, we are there just to support you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Dina. Over to you, Mr. JJ.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. It's good to be here. Thank you so much to the Meydan team. My name is JJ. I look after Stripe in the region. Stripe is a payment company, so think about collecting payment from your customers, either online, POS, payment links, things like that. So anything regarding payments, very happy to assist.
Thank you so much, Mr. JJ. Over to you, Mr. Osman. Just a bit of long press for 2 seconds. The green light, until you see the green light.
Thank you, Meydan Free Zone, for arranging this amazing event. We actually get to meet the real customers on ground and get to hear their problems, and then they guide us how we can go back and make it better. My name is Usman Khwaja. I'm head of Mashriq Neo-based business development, and I represent Mashriq Bank. From the license formation, the first step which you need to do is open your bank account. And we enable you guys to make sure that you are getting your bank account right after your license. So thank you very much, and I'm happy to discuss as we move along.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman, and thank you all for the introduction. So we move now to the presentation segment of today's session, where each of our speakers will share their insights and experts on key aspects of the commerce ecosystem. Let's start with you, Ms. Dina.
So GWC, as I told you before, it's a logistics company. So we are based in Qatar. It's a publicly listed GCC company, and we are covering all the region. I mean, GCC, we have offices in Saudi, Oman, Bahrain, and if we are not having it, then we are just owning UPS in Qatar, and as well in Agility in Kuwait and in Netherlands. So we have we have a presence internationally and as well in the region, in the GCC region. This will enable us just to be able to support all investors that they want to enter the market here, which like from A to Z, like after they are registering their trade license, then it will come our part of onboarding them and helping them like just to know and to be compliant with, to cope up with the requirements and compliance of the country if they are importing here. And from there, we can take it forward. So the name of the company is GWC, which is Gulf Warehousing Company. As I mentioned before, we have offices regionally here in the GCC, Levant, and as well internationally. The company actually is Qatari, publicly listed GCC company that we have different names in all GCC. And we have different services that we are offering, which will be supporting all the investors that they are entering UAE in terms of like helping them just to get all the approvals that's needed from the government and make sure that they know what's needed to handle their products if they are entering the market. So from that stage, we are, let's say, starting from the importing. So they might just tell us from where. So here it will be coming the freight forwarding, shipping, and then it will be clearance once it's arriving here. And this is like, even if the mode is land freight, sea freight, so we are covering all the services for the freight forwarding. And then the clearance, we will take that part along with everything. So the investor will not be having any hustle in terms of like how to do it, operations and so on. So this will be all handled by us. And then it will be coming to our warehouse, which is we are providing the e-commerce fulfillment. And then from there, it depends on the client requirements. If they need just to do it B2B or B2C, how they want to operate, what the experience that they want to deliver to their consumer. Like, even if they have a special requirement, we can just do customized SLA that it will be covering whatever he wants and whatever his vision is. Like, it depends. Like, usually we sit with any client and he can just mention the product and everything. Just to brief you, GWC, actually, we are not only handling general cargo, we are expert also in oil and gas and fine arts, and even we are moving animals, horses, so, and we have many sectors in terms of warehousing and as well shipping and clearance. So we have the team that they have the experience in handling all kind of cargo and products. Then for the last mile, we have different types of services that we can provide, which is first mile, last mile, and also if there will be any returns, cash on delivery. So usually we are flexible again, depends on the requirement of the client, because each business will have their vision, their idea, and sometimes like from business to another, they will have their requirements and their vision, how they want to deliver an experience to the client. Even like sometimes they want to have a note or something like the name is printed and so on. All of these are add-ons that we are providing. So for like in terms of onboarding and the whole process, and that's why this partnership, I think, is so strong, because it will be one seamless solution that after you registered, then you will not think of, okay, now I have the documents ready, but then how I will handle it. No, from there, we will start just looking at the product. We will guide you what approvals needed, how you can do it, even because there are requirements for storage, for handling, for everything, for the approvals of the government and municipality. So usually even these things, we will be telling you what are the requirements in the country. So you will be, you will be secure, safe, and compliant. Also, we are following as well the digital shifts, so usually everything, it will be easy for you to handle it. So, and that's why we are a strong partner with Meydan. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ms. Dina. Now I would like to invite Mr. JJ.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so today I'm not going to be talking about Stripe. I'm just going to be talking about payments. Okay, I love to focus on the audience I have in front of me. So we're not selling anything today. Okay, it's just pure knowledge and value. But before I go into my slides, I have just 2 pages. I just want to throw a poll out there. How many of us today in the audience are collecting payment from customers online? So whether you're sending payment link, You have an e-commerce, awesome, fantastic. Okay, how many of us in the audience today are selling, either products or services? Okay, a lot, okay. So there's a lot of people selling, but not collecting payment online. Okay, I'm in the right room, good. Okay, now, I want to take a very quick poll. For businesses that are collecting payments online, I just want you to have a guess. For businesses collecting payments online, what percentage of people do you think add an item to their basket or to their cart and just abandon the cart? They don't make the final purchase. So if you think it's 20%, just put your hands up. 30%? 40? 50? 60? Wow. 70? Awesome. So the guys that said 70, correct. 70% of people abandon their cart online. So they've gone on your website, they're interested in your product, they add it to their basket and just leave it. 70%. So that is 7 in 10 person that come to your business to buy a product or a service, just stop. And we'll see why. Now, last quiz before I go to my slide. Imagine businesses that have recurring payments. So they collect monthly payments or quarterly or yearly, like gym membership, Netflix, whatever. How many percent do you think people that signed up make the first payment and then just disappear after the first payment? They just cancel their subscription. What percentage do you think? 80%? 70%? 60? 50? 40? 30? 20? Oh man, spot on. 20%. 20% of people that have shown an interest in your product, made their first payment, got the first product or the service you render, and just disappear. So today, I just want to briefly talk about online payments. When you say online payments, or when you just talk about payments, the first thing that comes to everyone's mind is fees. How much is the payment company charging me? How much are they taking out of my income? Right, that's the first thing that comes to mind. And that should be the first thing. However, the picture is bigger than that. So if you look at the image I have on the board, you can see that just the payment that the customer is paying to the payment gateway is just the tip of the iceberg. Below the iceberg, which is way bigger, is a lot of things that factor into payment. So when you think about lost sales, we just talked that 70% of shopping carts are abandoned and 20% of subscription churns. The reason for that is, one, a customer goes on your website and just does not have a great experience. So they go on the website, they add to the basket, and the website is taking forever to load, or the website is asking 50 questions, card details, first name, last name, mobile name, SMS, OTP. It's like, am I signing up here for the FBI? I'm not interested. Another reason is non-notification. So the customer is eager, they put their card details and they click pay. Then they get an error, non-notification, or even worst case, they get the death wheel and then timeout. All of these experiences just deter customer from checking out. The other one is payment method. So I could be a customer, most of the time whenever I buy anything is on my mobile phone. I rarely carry my credit card on me. And so when I get to the checkout basket, if I see you asking me to enter my card details manually, I don't have my card on me. That's the end. And that's it. But players that have options like Apple Pay, immediately I go to your checkout option, I should just be able to see Apple Pay, double click on my iPhone, and just pay. Right? So payment method is one. Another one is security concern. Now this one is a very subtle one. A lot of payment gateway, and there are a lot of payment gateway in the market today, which is fantastic. It helps to put everyone on their toes and make sure everyone is delivering the best service. But a lot of payment gateway offer what we call redirect. So on your page, on your website, I come on your website, I know who you are, I know the product you're selling, I click on it and I want to check out. But then it takes me to a different page. And all of a sudden I'm faced with this new name. I don't know who this company is, but they're asking me to enter my card details. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe next time. And that's it. The journey ends there. Then the other one is OPEX inefficiency, operational expense inefficiency. Now, it's very tempting when you start a business to go and talk to multiple payment gateways and say, hey, I want to have different backups. In case one goes down, in case Stripe goes down, I want this other payment gateway and so on and so forth. The problem with that is, one, for your staff, your finance team, you're causing a lot of pain for them when it comes to reconciliation. Because now they're collecting payments from different avenues, they have different reports, they don't know how to reconcile, and so they spend time, instead of focusing on your products, you're focusing on reconciliation. The second issue is, payment gateway is a business just as your business is. The better the volume you give them, the better the pricing. So when you divide your volumes, or you split your volumes between different payment gateway, then you don't get the best price. Okay, so these are some of the factors that affect pricing when it comes to payment gateway. When you multiply lost sales and all of these inefficiencies with time, the time you're spending chasing different payment gateway, trying to get different reports, not providing the optimal UX, that multiplies how much of a distraction you're getting in your business. Instead of focusing on your product, you're focusing on something else. Okay, so what is it that you should look for when it comes to a credible payment gateway? Okay, and there are many credible payment gateway, but these are the things you should look for when you're starting your business. So first, we've established, if you're selling online or if you're selling any product or service, you need to have an online presence. You need to be able to collect payments online. There are different steps in collecting payments. You can just have a payment link option where you can just send a payment link to your customer on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on email. You can have a more sophisticated approach where you can send your customers directly from your web page to a checkout page, and they can double click on their iPhone if they have Apple Pay, on Android with Google Pay, Samsung Pay. Okay, all of that is important. But also, when we look at lost sales, you want a payment gateway that, one, helps to optimize your user experience. What do we mean by that? So a customer should be able to have all the options that they want that benefit them. The customer should not be leaving their website, your website, to a different random page. Think of Amazon today, think of Deliveroo, think of Uber. When you buy products or services from these platforms, you do everything on the platform. However, these names I've just mentioned, they are all powered by Stripe. You don't see Stripe in the background. It's always hidden. So you don't know who is the payment gateway for Amazon. You don't care. All you care about is you're selling your products and customers are paying you. That's what we mean by user experience. Also, when you go on Amazon today, you have different options. Tabi, Tamara, bank transfer, card on delivery. You want a payment gateway that offers you all of these options, so it streamlines your user experience. The second thing is you want a payment gateway that gives you access to global payments. And what I mean by that is you want a payment gateway that allows all your customers from around the world to pay in their currencies. So if you have a customer from Saudi, they should be able to pay in Riyals. If you have a customer from Europe, they should be able to pay in Euro. If you have a customer from US, they should be able to pay in dollar. You shouldn't force the currency on your customers. Okay? The other thing is you want a business that increases your authorization rate. Okay? You want a payment gateway that processes billions of transactions with different merchants in the world, and so the likelihood that they've seen a particular card is high. So for example, Sma has talked about Mashrek. Mashrek is one of the banks we support. We are bank agnostic. We support all banks in the UAE. But the good thing about that is if anyone is using Stripe, for example, and we see a new card, most likely we already have a relationship with that bank. And the bank knows that this payment gateway is Stripe, and most likely that increases your authorization rate. Okay? Then we have operating better. So you also want a platform or a payment gateway that gives you solution beyond payment gateway. You want a payment partner that gives you fraud systems to be able to detect fraudulent transactions. You want a payment gateway that gives you option for online transaction and offline transaction, okay? You also want a payment gateway to be able to allow you to scale into new markets very easily. And finally, you want a gateway that allows you to automate your process. So a gateway that is giving you reports, reconciliation, and equipping your finance team, or even if you're a single sole entrepreneur, you want a payment gateway that gives you all the system in place that allows you to be able to run your business without the headache of becoming a CFO today, tomorrow becoming a chief risk officer, tomorrow becoming a legal officer. You want a payment gateway that takes away all of that from you. And so what does that look like? You want a payment gateway that allows you to accept multiple currencies, that allows you to streamline your operations, that allows you to also offer to your customers different payment methods that they want. Thank you so much. Any question on payments, we can always discuss. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. JJ. Now moving to Mr. Osman.
All right. Thank you. Okay, guys. Imagine using the services what Dina talked about and what JJ talked about without a bank account. You really cannot do and make use of those products. So we believe that once you have your license, having a bank account is your basic right. Just like just to live a life, we need air to breathe. Without a bank account, your business account just cannot, the license just cannot survive. So how at Mashrik we believe that we are trying to make it easier for you that you access to your banking and operation and start your operations right after your license issuance, without wasting time, so you can focus on what you do best, which is grow your business, find the next supplier, find the next customer, find the right employee, and then grow your business and make it profitable and scale up. Do you know that, okay, just a question, how many of you have a Mashrik Neobase account here? Please raise your hands. And those of you who don't have, I'm sure you'll have a second account by the end of it. All right. So I'm not going to start with what Neobase will provide you, how we'll give you what price and all that. We'll come to that later. What I'm going to talk about today is, do you know that it can take, according to the official surveys, it can take from anywhere between 7 to 10 days to up to 3 months to open a bank account. And it is the most painful issue right after your license. We got amazing free zone, Meydan Free Zone, who gives you license in 2 hours. And then imagine waiting for 2 weeks or 3 weeks just for your bank account, wasting time in that. So I'm going to talk about the pain points which you guys feel and how you can fulfill and come over those pain points and be better prepared when you will apply for a bank account, for any bank for that matter. We'll come to this promise later. We'll go to the pain points. Complex documentation. I don't have a CV. The banks will ask you, the moment you apply, they will ask you, give me your bank CV, give me your bank statement. You are not comfortable in providing your personal information. You have just landed into this country, you got a license, and you want a bank account. Why do I have to provide what I was doing back home in my country? I just got a startup, and I want to start ahead with my business. But banks will ask you, no, give me your bank statement and tell me what you are earning back home in your country. Unnecessary question, but being asked for every type of customers. Second pain point, too many details required when you apply for a bank account. Like, tell me the names of your buyers and suppliers. You got your license yesterday, you're still exploring and you don't know the names of your buyers and suppliers yet. As a bank at Mashrik, do we need them? Yes, we need them, but we do not ask you this question up front. You're operating out of a flexi office. You got a license here. You landed 2 weeks back. You're living out of a hotel. And you want to plan and test the waters and see, and then slowly 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you will get your Ijari and settle down here. But you need to get your bank account right away. Banks will ask you, can we have your personal address proof of the UAE? because you're operating out of a flexi office. Or they will ask you, go get a physical office in some business center or in a free zone, which is an added cost for you. So another pain point. Turnaround time, as we spoke, anywhere 7 days to 3 months. So all of these are the pain points which we just want to ensure that you are aware that there are solutions available in the UAE. There are banks who are digitally enabled and able to give you the bank accounts within 2 to 3 days. Today it is Mashreq, which promises you to give a bank account in 1 day, and I'm very sure that sooner all other banks will also join us in this, and they will be able to up their game and provide you these services within 1 day. So with us, yes, Mashreq gives you that 1 day promise, and I'm very proud to say that up to 60% of our customers, if you have submitted a complete application, what is that? Your trade license, your MOA, your flexi address contract, and you have an Emirates ID, and you have come through Emirates facial recognized platform where we have done your digital KYC upfront, and it is complete and we do not have any further questions to ask you, we promise you to open your bank account in 1 day. And if we do not open, we give you 1,000 dirham back because we have not been able to deliver that promise to you. So, simple documentation, upload your trade license, MOA and flexi contract. You submit your application. You've done your facial recognition through the digital EFR, Emirates facial recognition. We are integrated with the government systems. So anywhere you are in the world, you can apply with just these 4 documents, 3 related to your company, trade license, MOA, flexi contract. The 4th one is your Emirates ID. We do not need your passport because we identified you with your EFR. And then you answer a few regulatory questions, and then you just submit your application. It takes 10 minutes. And then within a day, we will ensure that you get your bank account. Now, once you have your bank account, sorry, I'll just go to, can we go to the 1 day thing, please? So, I just lost the thought, in my mind. So Mashreq NeoBiz was, just to give you a little bit of background, we launched in 2019. We can say that, yes, Mashreq was the pioneer in launching a digital service back then, and then we scaled up in 2023, and now we launched the promise first for 3 days, now 2 days, and now 1 day. 100,000 SMEs are members of Mashreq NeoBiz family, and they're enjoying the banking on a day-to-day basis. What we provide you extra? Unlimited free local transfers, unlimited WPS, 14 multi-currency accounts. The moment you get your account, it's fully activated, and you can, I'll answer those questions in your Q&A after the networking, you can ask me all those questions. But that's just basic, guys. That's like basic necessities which come with a bank account. What extra you need? You're a startup and then you have started growing up, your sales are getting more, you need a better payment service partner. So you go to Stripe or you go to any payment gateway, you plug it in with Mashreq and you start receiving your payments into your bank account directly. Then you go to a last mile partner and then you get all your deliveries and cash on delivery payments and everything in your bank account. Beyond that, what else you need? You need a better accounting partner. You're growing. So we are partnered with multiple accounting softwares where you can download the feed directly into your accounting software, and you can, like Zoho's and Tally, you can actually see your daily feed. Beyond, after accounting software, you need, for example, you're growing and you plan to buy from China, you want to import some stuff, you need an import LC. So what do? You have a digital account, but your bank doesn't provide you your trade facilities. So Mashriq not just gives you digital banking, but it gives you a human element to it where you have an access to a relationship manager. So every Nubi's customer can talk to an RM. And that person, being a trade specialist, can guide you on your trading requirements. And if you need trade and working capital, lending facilities, merchant overdraft, lending facilities against secure property mortgages, or simply trade and working capital products, we have a complete suite of banking. So what we are trying to provide over here is that we are going to make sure that whether you're a startup, you just formed your license, or you're a medium-sized SME, or you're a large-scale SME, we provide you 360-degree full suite banking with a human element as a relationship manager, with an FX specialist, with a trade specialist. And with a promise to ensure that you get access to your rights, which is your bank account, right at the time when you get your license. So thank you so much. I'm happy to take any questions and network with you, after the event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman, and thank you for all our speakers for the presentation. So before we move to our next segment, I would like to invite everyone in the audience to scan the QR code displayed on the screen and submit your questions to our speakers. Please, if you can go ahead and start scanning the QR code. Meanwhile, I will take this opportunity to ask our speakers a few questions while we gather the questions from the audience. Starting with you, Ms. Dina, thank you so much for the presentation and the insights that you gave about the warehouse solution and the additional services that will come with the warehouse and solution. But a lot of clients will always have the question, how do I start? And since right now I have my business license, how can I start with registering with DWC? How I can join? What do I need to have and what are the tools required?
So I was waiting for this part, which is the onboarding. And this is what we were working together, us and as well Meydan, just to make it seamless and easy to be done through the integration that we're doing at the moment. So once they are registered and they are fully aligned with all the requirements of the country in terms of trade license, VAT certificate, and they have their importer code, at this stage they will be discussing with us. We can, like after the discussions and everything, let's say we have the SLA, we know the product that they want to, because I mentioned the product, this is very important to know all the details about what they want to do, how they want to sell it. Because there are, here in UAE, there are plenty of solutions that also it will be efficient for the client themselves. Like, for example, we can keep it because we have a warehouse inside the free zone. They can keep a stock there, which is cheaper, and then they can move to the fulfillment center, which is also, we have a fulfillment center in NIP, that we can move it and we can just start distributing from there. So we need just to know what they are expecting from us, what are the products and all of that, and then we can just guide them how to take all the approvals needed before we start importing. Once we have everything in place and the SLA, the agreement, everything is signed, within 24 hours we can start the process. As I mentioned, everything is easy and now everything is digital, so it will not, they can sign it and directly it will be going to the legal and finance and it will be, the account is ready within 24 hours.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ms. Dina. I have a question for you, Mr. JJ. Again, thank you so much for your presentation. And I think we were focusing on the user experience in the presentation. As a startup, as a new business that they're starting as a blank and they want to build this connection and they want to have the ultimate user experience, what are the advices that you will give this person in order to attract customers and to have the target experience?
Good question. Thank you so much. I think as a business, one of the first things you want to do is try to focus on what you're good at, which is the product and the services that you render. So when it comes to payments, you just want to try to find a great partner that you can offboard or offload that with. And again, it's just going back to some of the things I touched on. You want to find a partner that gives all your customers different options to make payments. Okay, you don't want to just force your customer into your preferential way of collecting payment. Some businesses want to get their cash as soon as possible, so they would only offer bank transfer, for example, or cash on delivery. That is great, but there are some businesses or there's some customers, for example, like myself, that would like to spend with my card so I can get points. And so my preference is to pay with card. So you should always think about your customer's preference, not your preference. So I would say go with a partner that offers different payment options for your customers. That's the first thing. And second thing is go with a partner that is credible. So that if a customer is, for example, if you're sending a payment link, so you're a new business, you've not created your website, you don't have any complex mobile app, you're just running your business online on maybe Facebook or Instagram, and you want to just send payment link to customers, then in that way, go with a business that once they send that payment link to your customers can know, okay, this is a credible company, not some random or unknown payment gateway. And so when they see that payment link, they okay, this is coming from Stripe, this is coming from NI, this is coming from businesses that they know, and so they are able to complete the transaction. And then the third thing is just find a payment gateway that offers very, very rigorous risk tools that prevent frauds. So don't just go, again, fraudulent transaction, especially when you start to migrate to online payment. There are a lot of frauds online. So you want a platform that is able to combat fraudulent transactions.
Amazing, Mr. JJ. Thank you so much for your insights. Mr. Osman, I have a question. So Mashriq Bank is one of the banks that I believe a lot of people, they're loyal to Mashriq. And I know that a lot of people in the room, they have yeah, exactly. So Mashriq Bank is actually, no one does not know Mashriq Bank. And I know that, again, a lot of people that are loyal to Mashriq. So now we're talking from the perspective of a Meydan Free Zone client. So for Meydan Free Zone client, what Mashriq can offer? What is that keyword or the key product that Meydan Free Zone client can benefit from when having an account with Mashriq Bank?
I think to start with, I think the best thing which we can provide to Meydan Free Zone customers is access to your banking. I mean, the right to open your bank account. And trust me, this is a pain point. I mean, getting a bank account in the day you got your license is a blessing in this country. And being from, I think Mashriq is able to deliver that promise. So yes, we are able to provide to those customers. And number two, you get access to unlimited free local transfers and WPS and the 14 multi-currency accounts and ability to start accepting your payments on the minute you have your bank account active. So you get your bank account, which is fully active. You don't really need to come and visit us. So I believe that's what Mashriq is offering for our customers.
And I think maybe the clients would also want to know the currencies. Is it only in AADs or all the currencies?
So we're not just, we are giving you USD, GBP, Euro, and AED. We are giving you Japanese yen, we are getting Chinese currency, Saudi Real, Canadian, New Zealand, Australian dollars. So you're getting a set of 14 currencies. And you can actually, so once you get your bank account open, you get AED, you go online and there is a button, you select the currency and you just click that button and it gives you an IBAN, which comes into your email with the confirmation. So it's just a click of 2 clicks.
Amazing, Mr. Osman. I'm going back to you, Miss Dina. So we are speaking about the digital world. The whole purpose of our conversation is commerce, is online. People tend to do everything remotely rather than just do it physically. So for GWC, for someone to get in touch, for someone to get onboarded, will that be in person or can be online remotely?
Not really. As long as they have all the documents required in the country, then they can just, because Like for example, we have onboarded recently a client from UK, and it's a brand that they want to expand to the region, and it's a client for Meydan as well. So we had everything, everything was online, and then after we finished everything, the stock arrived, he came and he saw it. So there is no need, as long as all the documents are correct, we have everything aligned, and then they can just do it online. It's only for them, like they can send samples, we can support them with the online calls. Even we have, like even if they want just to have, like they need any questions, we have like people to answer this. So I don't think there is a need, as long as we have all the details and the documents that it's needed.
Amazing, Ms. Dina. Thank you so much. Coming back to you, Mr. JJ. I have a question. So in order for me to be part of Stripe, do I need to have a website, application, or it's just a walk-in store? What type of products you can offer in that term, and different type of clients and different type of businesses?
Yeah, good question. I think we cater to all type of clients and all type of businesses at their various stages. So again, we have businesses that, for example, Mama Cafe that just cooks in her kitchen, and she sends a WhatsApp message to all her friends and say, hey, I've cooked something, anyone interested? For that, it would be crazy for us as Stripe to expect this Mama Cafe to have a application, a mobile app on iOS Play Store. And so, I mean, it would be great if she does, but you don't need to have all of that. You can just send a payment link. So we offer a solution from as simple as payment link or QR code that Mama Cafe, for example, can just send on WhatsApp to all our friends, and they can just click on the link. Again, once they click on the link itself has the full experience of Stripe. So if you click on the link, if you're on an iPhone, again, it gives you the option to just double click and pay with your Apple Pay. If you're on a device where you don't have your phone, your cards on your wallet stored in your phone, and it takes you to the Stripe page where you enter your card details manually and check out. So payment link is one, QR code is one. But then as you become more tech savvy, once you create your website, you might not have the full capacity of a dev team to create a checkout experience for you. We have a product called Stripe Checkout. So in Stripe Checkout, we have created the checkout page for you, and your customers will just go to the Stripe checkout page. Then you have the elements, which is where you embed your website into the payment. So your customers do not get to see who your payment gateway is. So if you think of Amazon today, when you shop on Amazon, you click add to basket, you click checkout, all of that is on Amazon. You don't leave Amazon. So that is Stripe element. Okay, and then we have the physical devices, POS machines, or card machines as we call them. So there are different products that we offer based on the different experience or the different dev capability that you have. Yeah.
Amazing, Mr. JJ. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Osman. So, because we're talking now about payment, I think the customers will always look for the international payments, especially when the customers pay them. How long for the company will have to wait in order for the payment to be reached from the customers, and if there is any hold in between, if we can just give us more light on the process.
So the payments are instant. The moment you receive your local transfers, they get credited to your bank account instantly. We do not have any holding period or a cooling off period to credit your account, number one. Be it local or international. So you get your payments straight into your bank account. However, when you're sending money out, that's more painful. When a business is sent the money and their supplier is saying, I haven't received the money. So somewhere payment is lying. It's through the, so that's the problem lies. So ability for you to track that payment through a GPS tracker is what we are providing you, which you can download through your Mashreq-based portal and share it with your clients. So it's not the Swift message which you're sharing, it's the GPS tracking, where you can actually tell where your money is stuck at. So is it in UAE, is it with your intermediary bank, or is it with your beneficiary bank? The GPS tracker can tell you that. and Mashreq provides that ability. In addition, there are various other payment schemes, where the types of payments which we are enabling. One is IPP, which is supported by Central Bank of the UAE. Up to 50,000 dirhams of your payments are instant through IPP. So if you're sending, and it's 24 hours. So whether you're sending at night time or morning time, the payment will go through instant. Second type of payments are UAE FTS. With payments which are beyond 50,000 dirhams fall under UAE FTS. So those payments will be up to 9 p.m. If you send them, it will credit the same day to your beneficiary, or your sender is sending, we will credit the same day. After 9 p.m., it will go for the next day. The third is SWIFT method, where you are sending payments outside, so there is no cutoff on that. As long as you're sending it to anywhere in the world, this will be processed on the same day, and it can take up to 2 days or 3 days for your beneficiary to receive the payment, and we give you GPS tracker to track it where exactly is it. If it's a GCC country, then we actually process it on a Sunday as well. So these are the types of payments which I believe each and every customer should be aware of, that how the payment moves in the banking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman. We're now going to take the questions from the audience. The first question, for subscription method, how much percentage do you charge via Stripe payment platform? Mr. JJ?
Oh, that's a good question. Without going too much into contract and negotiation and all that, this is applicable to Stripe and as well as all other payment platforms. Commercials are typically driven by volumes, right? So there's no all shoe fits all in this scenario. But if we just look at just that question, if you just focus on subscription in itself, we have a product called Stripe subscription, and we have a two pricing model. The first model is what we call an upfront SaaS contract, where you come to us and say, hey Stripe, I do X amount of volume. What is the best rate you can offer me on subscription? And we will give you that based on your volume. Then the second is a fixed model, whereby you say, hey Stripe, my volumes fluctuate. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just need you to give me one single price that I know every time. And for subscription, which is called Stripe billing, it's 0.7%.
Thank you so much, Mr. JJ. The second question, how can you help with importing from China and delivering in Dubai?
As I mentioned before, with regards to shipping and logistics, actually we are providing from A to Z services, so which means that you have just to only tell us the product after we finish the onboarding. You have just to inform us about the product, so we can check the requirements and everything before we start. The Incoterm, what they have decided with their suppliers, because usually it will be the supplier that if there is LC or so on, this is something that it should be discussed with them. From there, we can he has only just to inform us, give us the documents, the location, and then we will take care of it. We will share with him only updates about the shipment, where is it now, and everything. And then once it's arriving here, we will be doing the clearance and then moving it to the warehouse, depending on their requirements. As I mentioned, some volumes, some people, they keep it inside the free zone, which is we can offer. And then they send to the fulfillment center only the orders that they want to distribute.
Thank you so much, Ms. Dina. The third question, if I start an application with Mashreq today, I will get a reward of 1,000 AED once the account is open?
It's actually the other way around. If I'm not able to deliver my promise to you, then we will give 1,000 dirham to that customer. Yeah. And guys, this comes with a lot of responsibility and accountability. Making a promise, and then obviously we have internal auditors, we have external auditors, we have Central Bank of UAE, we have Dubai Municipality watching us on this promise. And we are going around on Sheikh Zayed Road and saying that we will give you 1,000 if we do not open. Do you really think it's not backed by the... Yes, there are, reports, there are systems, we are accountable. You submit your application, and if we do not reply back to you with a decision or with an additional requirement, you will get 1,000 once you have your account open in your bank account.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman. Amazing. Thank you. The question now is for GWC. Do I need to have a specific volume to use fulfillment services?
Actually, I understand this question because this is a pain point for a lot of startups here in the country because most of the service providers, they don't accept certain volumes and there will be a minimum charge and it's high usually. So only for us, the standard, if you go now to the website, you will find that there is volumes that we don't accept. There will be a minimum charge. Also for the integration with API-based platforms like Shopify and Magento. So these usually we are charging, and it's there. But only for Meydan customers, actually, we waived it off. So because the idea of having this single seamless point of contact just to have everything for the startup is actually to help you and make it easy for you to expand and also to have your brand here, and we help you to grow and also promote your products. So only for Meydan clients, we are waiving off the integration for the like Shopify and Magento, as I mentioned, and also there will be no minimum charge for the first 6 months. And as well, we don't have any specification for the volume that we accept, which is not there in the market, by the way.
Thank you so much, Ms. Dina. Now the question is, can I have 2 separate company accounts for my company? One for software services to the USA and another one for e-commerce to manage LCs and payment gateway? Yes.
Okay. 2 separate company accounts for my company. So under the same license, you can have 2 AED accounts in Mashriq Biz. Use the one AED account for your payments collection and use the other for all your imports and exports and other stuff. So yes, you can achieve that under Mashriq Biz.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman.
A very good question, by the way.
Yeah, indeed. Now for Mr. JJ, is there any limit for Stripe transactions? What is the highest amount that can be transacted using Stripe?
No, that's a good question. So there is a limit which can be modified, but naturally, well, there are 2 limits. The first limit is the limit of the customer's card, right? If I'm paying with a credit card and I have a limit of 50,000, then that would limit my transaction, but that is coming from the customer card itself. From Stripe, the natural limit is $999,000, $999.999. So just a cent under $1 million, not dirhams. So for example, we have customers, like Alda is one of our customers. You have customers that are buying property from Alda using their credit card, and people are paying 3 million dirham, 4 million dirham with their credit card. So there is a limit of $999,999.99, aka $1 million. However, if you know that you want to send, for example, an invoice or a payment link, or you know a customer needs to pay above that, you just need to contact us and we'll increase that limit for you. Yep.
Thank you so much, Mr. JJ. For Mashriq Bank, is there any restrictions for nationalities for opening bank account in one day?
There is no nationality which we have as restricted. Whichever nationality you're from, come and apply. There are certain, I wouldn't call them restrictions, certain controls. Certain nationalities, first of all, you must be a UAE resident as a signatory, but if you are from a certain nationality where we have your other partners also must be the UAE residents. But nothing is restricted. All nationalities are welcome to apply. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman. Question number 8. Do you offer marketing solutions or customer acquisition for new entrants in the market apart from payment gateway? I think this can work for Mr. Osman and for Mr. JJ as well. This is for number 8.
Number 8 on. Marketing solutions or customer acquisition for new entrants in the market apart from the payment gateway. Uh, Marketing solutions, yes, if you go to our value-added services section, once you have a bank account, over there you'll find an array of all the solutions provided by the ecosystem players, where we have some marketing agency companies who are partnered with us, where you can unlock those benefits at a discounted price. So yes, we have marketing companies make use of that. I believe hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I think for Stripe, we do this indirectly. So the first things first is, if you're a new business, we're happy for you to put Stripe logo on your website, right? So for example, powered by Stripe. We've seen this boost the confidence of customers that are shopping on a new website and don't know a lot about that website. When they see, okay, these guys are using Stripe, they must be legitimate to some extent. That helps. So that's an indirect way. Also, once you go live, we also work with you to do a customer case study. So Stripe will spend marketing budget with you to advertise your business and do a marketing case study with you that you can then share on your socials, tagging Stripe, and the whole ecosystem can see that. The other indirect way that we do is we have a marketplace where you can go and offer your product or services to the entire marketplace. So everyone that is using Stripe, you can market your product to them.
Thank you so much, Mr. JJ and Mr. Osman. For question number 9, for JJ, hi. We're developing a live commerce marketplace which will connect sellers to buyers in various categories in real time, directly connected with PG. It's an online mall where shops are online and selling drops and exclusive pricing. How does payment gateway gives better rates as business increases? It's a self-developed app.
I think I understand this question. The good thing is you're developing a great product, and there are some customers already in that space that Stripe supports. So if you think of Wafi Mall in the UAE is doing that, and we support Wafi Mall. So we have a solution called Stripe Connect. Again, we can talk about it after the session. But Stripe Connect is a marketplace that brings together sellers and buyers, and you can sell your product. So think about the biggest marketplace today: Amazon, Deliveroo, Shopify. These are all marketplaces that are powered by Stripe. So think of the 100 largest marketplaces in the world today. Some of the names I've mentioned, 75% of them are powered by Stripe. So we're very familiar with marketplaces. Now, in terms of giving better rates as your business increases, that's a very good point. So if you remember when I talked about how you can increase credibility with your business and so on and so forth, I mentioned that one of the mistakes that businesses do is they, at the beginning, try to have multiple payment gateways. And as we know with payment gateway, it's volume-driven game. So as your volume increases on a payment gateway, you get a better rate. With Stripe, once you come to Stripe and we sign an agreement, for example, if you come to Stripe and say, hey, Stripe, I'm a new business, I'm only doing 10,000 dirham a year. That's it. We say, okay, this is the best rate we can support you. You sign an agreement. The agreement says you are locked into the price we've given you for 2 years. But you don't need to wait for 2 years to come back to us. If next month you've seen that your business has grown from 10,000 dirham to 50,000 dirham, you can come back to us and say, hey, JJ, last month we signed with you at 10,000 dirham, you gave us this rate. Now we're doing 50,000 dirham. What can you give us? And we will renegotiate. So as your business increases, we are always happy to renegotiate your rate.
Thank you so much, Mr. JJ. Question number 10, is Chinese yuan account available?
Yeah, definitely. Chinese yuan is a part of the product suite. Once you have an account, you get your basic AED account. You go to Mashrik-based login, go to the new account section, select the Chinese currency and say open. The Chinese IBAN will be issued.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Osman. Question 11, do you offer warehousing based on CBM?
Yes, as I mentioned before, we don't have any service that it's being legal and we can provide it in the country that we don't provide. There is no limitation. So we are selling, like, depending on the product, the scope of work for the client and their requirement, their needs. That's why we have some standard rates. But usually it depends on the client and his requirements, his vision, what's his strategy and business plan, like how he wants to execute everything. It will be customized depending on their requirements. So we have CBM, we have even pallet, and like it depends on the volume and depends on how they want to handle their products.
Amazing, thank you so much. The next question, what are the benefits of dealing with logistics services company that has a partnership with Meydan? What are the advances over other logistics provider results of such partnership?
So I mentioned before three things that this is not there, but it will be only for Meydani clients, and it's not in the market. I mean, the volume limitation or the minimum charge or even the integration. A plus, it's not only that, even the prices for Meydani clients is different. So we have a standard rate, this is what we're training, but actually there is special rates for all Meydani clients that we have already shared with the team. There are some terms that it will not be there, so a lot of things, but this is case to case, we can discuss it with them because it will be in terms of integration, COD, and so on. Even the COD, the charge will be different, I mean, from other clients and Meydani clients. So these things, I think, it depends on the client requirement. He has to discuss it with us, and he will find out, whenever he's checking with a standard rate that we have in our publicly listed in our website, it will be different for Meydani clients.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ms. Dina. One last question. If someone sets up a business and wants to import goods through GWC, requiring approximately 1 million dirhams in financing for inventory, operations, and cash flow, how would Mashriq support such a business? So this is for Ms. Dina and Mr. Osman.
Okay, I'll go first. Yeah, because you need money first before you order. So which business is it? Any business. So we have multiple finance options. One is that if you're an online business or a retail business and you have some certain proceeds coming to your bank account and you have your turnover of, let's say, up to 2 million dirham a year, you're eligible for a loan which is backed by your receipts which are coming to your bank account, be it your retail sales or be it your online sales or payment gateway proceeds. So based on that, you get a merchant overdraft. Bank will provide you financing availability. Now, if you need a higher amount and your bank is not, your business is not supporting the turnover and the turnover is less, but you need a higher amount, but so you might be having another real estate asset in the name of the company or in the name of the shareholders. You can bring that asset and bank can lend you against that asset and give you the financing to go and import what you want to do for your business. And the third one is for a larger businesses, they can actually go for a trade and working capital relationship where they can actually get an overdraft based on their balance sheet. What are their credits and what are the debits and what are the average balances, and based on their cash flows, we can actually structure a product for you which can take care of your overdraft. Certain part of it can be allocated for your LCs and your funded and non-funded facilities. So we have a complete, and I'm happy to discuss that. Whoever has raised this question, come and talk to us. We'll connect you with the specialist who can guide you the next steps. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman. Anything to add, Ms. Dina?
Well, actually, if we talk the part of financing, for us, as I mentioned before, we are ready, and it's only just to be compliant with all the requirements, and then we can start within 24 hours if they met everything.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And with that question, we have wrapped up our Q&A session. Thank you so much for joining me on stage, Ms. Dina, Mr. JJ, and Mr. Osman. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I would like to extend our sincere thanks to our distinguished speakers from GWC, Stripe, and Mashriq, and to each one of you for your participation and engagement. We would like to take a moment to honor series of partnerships, These partnerships that strengthen the commerce ecosystem available to our clients and partners. And those partnerships, we saw today a great example with our speakers, Ms. Dina Awad from GWC, Mr. JJ Nubi from Stripe, and Mr. Osman Khawaja from Mashriq. And in order for us to honor the partnerships, we will take this moment in order to value the partnerships between us, Meydan Free Zone, and our esteemed partners. We will now prepare for our signing ceremony between us and our esteemed partners. So to begin, I would like to invite Mr. Mohammed bin Humaidan from Meydan Free Zone. And I would like to invite Ms. Dina Awad from GWC. We will proceed with taking picture for the signing ceremony and sign the document. Thank you. With this will be the partnership between Meydan Free Zone and GWC. We'll now pause for the picture. We will now stand and shake hands for the picture. Thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Dina. We will take picture with the sleeves as well. If you can please exchange the sleeves. Thank you so much, Ms. Dina Awad. Thank you so much. I would like to invite Mr. JJ Nubi from Stripe. We'll proceed now with the signing between Meydan Free Zone and Stripe. Let's proceed with shaking hand. If we can also exchange the sleeves. Thank you so much, Mr. JJ. Thank you so much. I would like to invite Mr. Osman from Mashriq to join us for the signing ceremony. We'll proceed the signing between Meydan Free Zone and Mashriq Bank. Thank you so much, Mr. Osman, and thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed bin Humaidan, for joining us on the stage. Congratulations and thank you. Please join me in giving all partners a round of applause as we celebrate this collaboration and our shared commitment to supporting entrepreneurs and businesses at every stage at their journey. Before we conclude today's session, we are excited to share an important announcement. As part of our ongoing commitment to supporting entrepreneurs and businesses, Meydan Free Zone is pleased to officially launch 2 new services. The first service, Create Site, is an AI-powered solution that enables businesses to create and launch professional websites within minutes. The second product, Operate, is an intelligent virtual assistant designed to help businesses manage customers' inquiries, appointments, communications, and day-to-day interactions. Both services are now available to all Meydan Free Zone clients and partners. For those who are interested in learning more, our dedicated team are available today and will be happy to answer your questions. Please welcome on the stage Mr. Khalid Ahmed to give us more insights on the product.
Thank you so much, Esma. Okay, 3 things. Number 1, business clinics. So this is called a business clinic because it solves a practical problem. It is not a forum. It's not a symposium, it's not a seminar, it's a clinic. You come in, you solve a problem. Number 2, the service center. Today, and has been for quite a while right now, there is a service center where you could actually meet those specialists that solves these problems for you that are in the clinics, i.e. Mashriq right now have a service center unit. So you could come to that service center and speak and discuss with Mashriq about the 1,000 dirham that you should get if you don't open your second business bank account in one day, right? And you could speak to GWC about all the connection and getting the onboarding on all the services that they've stated. Number 3, we will send you a survey. And the survey will ask you about how do you think about this, but what's important, what are the topics you want next? Because we have a community above 36,000 service providers. They're all eager to sell and provide you that service. They're all eager to offer those services to you. And what we want from you is which one that interests you the most. So we bring them here. This is a clinic again. It means we solve the problem. We don't discuss about theories, ideas and thoughts only, which are important, but what we want is something that can you walk out from here solving a clear issue. Having said these 3 things, what are these? These are sort of what we call a test, a beta, an alpha, a sort of an idea of bringing something to house in your hand right now to test. And then for you to use it and then tell us what I want more for us to develop, right? Number 1 is creating a website. Any business would require a digital presence. So to generate a website, you will go to this URL, generate site, and within minute, you will describe what kind of site you want, and artificial intelligence will actually create the full website for you. And then you could continue to edit, revise, improve day in, day out. You could buy the domain in the website itself, or you could have a domain that you already bought and you could sort of point it to that website you created. The second one, who does not want a personal assistant? Anyone does not want a personal assistant? Everyone wants a personal assistant? So Operate will be something that you will go to, again, set up, and create a personal assistant. That personal assistant will give you a telephone number. I'm talking about a UAE landline telephone number. And it will be answered by an artificial intelligence. It will be booking your calendar. It will be answering your email. I don't know what more do you want, but that would be everything that can actually provide. And those are all available. We want you to test it. We want you to use it. We want you to scream for us to fix it if there is anything that is not working. And we want to upgrade it and continue to make it something that is useful for you. And that is not the end. If you have other ideas that you want Meydan Free Zone to develop for you, we're here to develop for you. And thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khalid. For those who are interested in learning more, our dedicated team is available today and will be happy to answer any questions, provide additional information, and guide you through the available options. Today's business clinic session reinforced an important message. Building a successful commerce business is more than just about having a great product. It requires the right ecosystem, one that connects digital presence, logistics, payments, and business banking to create a seamless journey from idea to growth. Thank you for being part of today's session. We hope you've gained valuable insights, meaningful connections, and practical takeaways to support your business journey. Please take this opportunity to connect with our speaker, partners, and fellow entrepreneurs. My name is Asma Munir. I was your host for today. We look forward to having you again. Thank you so much.